Hi, I'm Rai-Lee and I'm the dietitian with Dalhousie Food Services. Before you get here to eat with us for the first time, I'm going to give you a quick virtual tour so you know what to expect and are comfortable eating with us. We've got a lot of stuff to go over to show you how we've made changes to make sure you have a safe experience while you're here. Real quick before we go in, a couple of housekeeping pieces. If you live at Sheriff Hall or you have an off-campus meal plan, you will only be eating at Sheriff Hall. If you live on any other residence on campus, you will only be eating at Howe Hall. Your cards will not work at the other hall. We cannot let you in if you're part of the other bubble. We have very similar protocol in place for our staff as well to help keep our cross contact down. We will not be allowing anybody buy a meal just as a one-off or anything like that in the hall. You have to have a dining plan for that space to be able to access that space. Now, whenever we enter any public buildings on campus and public spaces, we ask you to put a mask on first. So let's mask up and go inside. All right, here we go. Okay, so each dining hall this year has a single entrance and a separate single exit. We're coming in the main entrance to Howe, which is the way you get into dining hall right now. You'll notice lots of dots on the floor. This is to help you keep 2 meters apart from everybody else as you're queuing up in line. This first couple of weeks especially, but then at some key peak meal times during the year, you might have to wait in line for a little bit until it's time to go in. We have reduced capacity for seating inside, so there might be some wait times. So while you're waiting, it's a good time to pull out Campus Dish, take a look, see if you have an idea of what you want to get once you're in there to reduce how long you're checking out different stations. All right. Once you get to sort of the front waiting spot here, we have a sanitizer station set up. So we do ask that you take a second and sanitize your hands before you go into the dining hall. The checker is then going to let you tap your card and go in. So you'll tap here, green light on his end, we're good to enter the hall. Lots of safety changes in here. One I want to talk about first, because it involves your participation, is tables. We've got fewer tables here this year, and all of them have these wonderful little cards. If the card is green, that means this is a clean and disinfected table and you're good to sit there. If you see the red side, that means it's already been used and our staff have to still disinfect it before somebody else can sit there. We ask that you only sit at a green card table, and once you're done and ready to go, you flip that card when you leave to the red side. So another thing that you'll notice that's very different this year is that we have custom plexi barriers installed at all of our stations between you and our staff. All of our staff have also gone through some extensive additional safety training. And every day when they arrive on shift, they'll have to go through health checks before they're allowed to get into our kitchens and do any work. In both dining halls at all times, you'll have a supervisor or manager on shift that's helping direct traffic and answer any questions you might have. Almost everything this year has been moved behind the counters. There's very little that's self-serve because we want to minimize how many people might be touching the surface or objects or things that you might be taking. So you're not getting your own silverware or anything this year, it's behind the counters. A couple things that will still be out for you to be able to access are cereal dispensers, our toaster, and we've also are pre-wrapping any muffins or desserts, so you can just grab one and take it with you. This would be considered a high touch point area on your side of this whole food service equation. So we are making sure our cleaning staff are disinfecting this area very, very regularly. We also have sanitizer out for you, so you can make sure you sanitize your hands before and after touching anything in this area. Other than that station, everything else is behind the counters. You'll be asked to queue up using the 2 meter rule at any of the stations as well. Lots of different stations in here. I'm gonna show you the pizza station as an example. So first, you'll find every station has customized menus for that station at it that tells you exactly what you'd be able to get here. Something that's new this year, as opposed to a normal year, is every station should have enough items that you could build a complete meal at that one station to prevent the need for you to queue at a bunch of different lines every time you come in. You can get foods from different lines if you want, but you should be able to, if you're in a rush and need to get a quick meal to go, get everything you need in one space. So we'll have signs to help you know what's where. When you get to a queue point that has a purple order here, this is where you stop and talk to the staff member at that station. So you'll get to tell them what you're looking for. I'd like a slice of pepperoni pizza, an apple, and a drink. Come over to the end where you'll find Pick Up Here station, where they'll be able to hand that food to you. Thank you. Once you got your food, you're ready to go and sit. Okay, so again, choose a table that has a green placard at it to sit and have your meal. Once you sit, you're allowed to take off your mask, pull it inside in, outside out, while you eat your meal. If you would finish what you have and you decide that you'd like to go back and get something else, that's absolutely fine. Leave your stuff here because we'll give you a fresh plate or cup or whatever you need at each station. We don't want you bringing your dirty dishes back up with you. When you're done eating and you're ready to go, well, anytime you get up and move around, put your mask on. When you're done eating, we do ask that you clear your table yourself, and I'll show you what a dish return area looks like. So mask up. Flip your card to red because you're done with the table, and come to a dish return area. Each dining room has a dish return. It's a tight space, so we ask that there's only one person in there at a time. So if anybody is already putting their dishes away, we ask you to queue up on dots as well and wait for your turn. Now, we're still waiting for our final signs to go in here, but there will be signs to tell you how to separate your organics and that kind of thing in here and put your dishes away so you're able to finish up and get out. So I mentioned that there's a separate entrance and separate exit. So we came in Howe Hall through one direction. Now we're going to go out through the Cameron House doors. All right, that's it. Once you're outside, as long as you're still social distanced, you're able to take off your mask and go on about your day wherever you're going to go. Thank you for coming on this virtual tour with me. If you have any other questions about how you'll be able to eat safely and healthily in the dining hall this year, if you have any other special dietary concerns, I'm your person to talk to. Feel free to email me at dietitian@dal.ca, and I'd love to chat with you more about it. All right, can't wait to see you, and hope you all have a great year.